The US's belief in its sole sanctioning power has backfired, allowing China to impose effective sanctions due to its status as a global production hub. The US military-industrial complex may underestimate the importance of the Chinese market, lacking engagement and patronage from China. Stick with us until the end of this video. In a recent and notable increase in tensions between China and the United States, the Chinese government imposed sanctions on major U.S. aerospace and defense corporations, including Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, and Raytheon. This action was a direct response to these companies' involvement in selling arms to Taiwan, a long-standing source of strain in U.S.-China relations. These sanctions were implemented in accordance with China's anti-foreign sanctions law, a significant piece of legislation passed in 2021. Reflecting Beijing's legal and strategic approach to international relations, particularly in response to foreign actions perceived as hostile or detrimental to its national interests. Mao Ning, a spokesperson for the Chinese Foreign Ministry, stressed the importance of the United States adhering to the One China principle, which diplomatically acknowledges Taiwan as an integral part of China's territory. She cautioned that any continuation of U.S. military support or arms sales to Taiwan would trigger a resolute and forceful response from China, emphasizing the issue's heightened sensitivity in the context of China's natural sovereignty and territorial integrity. Specifically, Mao Ning pinpointed Lockheed Martin's corporate branch in Missouri as the primary contractor in an arms deal with Taiwan executed on August 24. Additionally, she observed that Northrop Grumman had been frequently engaged in similar transactions. This concentration on individual companies, rather than broader diplomatic channels, indicates Beijing's focused approach to addressing what it perceives as direct challenges to its national security and foreign policy objectives. The background leading to these sanctions is intricate and deeply rooted in the history of cross-strait relations. Taiwan, which Beijing regards as a secessionist province, has remained a central issue in China's foreign policy. The Chinese government consistently asserts its right to use force, if necessary, to reunify the island with the mainland. While the United States officially adheres to the One China policy, it has maintained unofficial relations with Taiwan, including arms sales and other forms of military support. This delicate balancing act has been a consistent source of tension in U.S.-China relations. The timing of these sanctions coincides with a period of heightened military activity in the region. Recently, a Chinese naval formation led by the aircraft carrier Shandong was reported to have sailed in close proximity to Taiwan, highlighting the strategic significance of the area. Moreover, there have been numerous instances of Chinese aircraft entering Taiwan's air defense identification zone, further intensifying tensions. These developments follow the U.S. State Department's announcement of a significant arms sale to Taiwan 3 weeks before the imposition of sanctions. The U.S. greenlit a $500 million sale of advanced sensor systems produced by Lockheed Martin for F-16 fighter jets destined for Taipei. This sale, along with other military interactions between the U.S. and Taiwan, has encountered strong opposition from Beijing. In response to recent arms deals, China's Commerce Ministry had previously blacklisted Lockheed Martin and Raytheon Missiles and Defense, preventing Chinese firms from engaging with them. Senior executives from these companies were barred from traveling or working in China, showcasing Beijing's comprehensive retaliatory measures. The Chinese Foreign Ministry's announcement of sanctions against Northrop Grumman and Lockheed Martin reaffirms its steadfast opposition to official interactions between countries with diplomatic relations and Taiwan. Spokeswoman Mao Ning underscored that the U.S.'s sanctions are viewed as a perilous escalation in arming Taiwan, despite China's strong objections. These sanctions, in a broader context, illustrate the intricate nature of U.S.-China relations, with ongoing engagement in trade and global security on one hand and enduring disputes like Taiwan on the other. Under the Biden administration, the U.S.'s approach to Taiwan has maintained military support, encountering heightened assertiveness from Beijing. exemplified by recent sanctions and military activities near Taiwan. Despite these tensions, President Joe Biden believes that China's current economic challenges might decrease the likelihood of aggressive actions regarding Taiwan. During a visit to Vietnam, Biden suggested that China's economic issues could limit its capacity for such endeavors. Nevertheless, Beijing remains resolute, asserting that the Taiwan issue is a matter for the Chinese people to resolve. The U.S.-China relationships concerning Taiwan extends beyond a bilateral matter, impacting the broader international community. While most countries, including the U.S., officially adhere to the One China policy, they also oppose any forcible changes to Taiwan's status. This diplomatic balance reflects the complex dynamics and sensitivities in Asia-Pacific international relations. Of note, the recent U.S. military aid to Taiwan, totaling $80 million, is significant as it marks the first instance of such aid under a program typically reserved for sovereign independent states. This underscores Taiwan's unique position in U.S. foreign policy. Furthermore, there are reports of the U.S. considering redirecting military financing initially allocated for Egypt to Taiwan, underscoring the island's strategic importance in U.S. regional security concerns. China's military exercises near Taiwan serve as a stark warning to what it labels as separatist forces on the island, demonstrating Beijing's readiness to assert its claims and the potential for regional escalation. Mao Ning emphasized that U.S. military activities and arms sales in the Taiwan region violate the One China principle, underlining China's unwavering commitment to defending its sovereignty and territorial integrity. President Biden's remarks regarding China's economic challenges potentially impacting its capacity for a Taiwan invasion introduce a new element to regional strategy. This perspective suggests domestic factors like economic conditions in China may influence its foreign policy decisions. Beijing reaffirmed its stance that the Taiwan issue should be resolved by the Chinese themselves without external interference, aligning with its long-standing policy of non-interference in domestic affairs. This principle is vigorously upheld in international forums. Recent events in the Taiwan Strait highlight shifting power dynamics in the Asia-Pacific. Sanctions on U.S. defense firms, military activities near Taiwan, and diplomatic exchanges reflect a larger geopolitical contest beyond Taiwan's status. For the international community, especially in the Asia-Pacific, these developments raise concerns. The potential for heightened tensions or conflict over Taiwan poses regional stability and global order risks. Nations in the region and beyond closely monitor the situation, recognizing the need to maintain a delicate balance to prevent escalation. As major global powers, the U.S. and China shoulder significant responsibility in handling their bilateral relationship, especially regarding sensitive matters like Taiwan. Navigating the intricate interplay of national interests, international law, and regional security dynamics is a formidable challenge. The decisions made by both nations in the coming years will have a crucial impact on the Taiwan Strait's future and, by extension, the broader Asia-Pacific region. As the situation evolves, the international community closely monitors how the U.S. and China address their differences concerning Taiwan. This has far-reaching implications for regional and global stability, the Asia-Pacific power balance, international relations principles, and state behavior norms. I appreciate your attention and welcome your thoughts and questions on this complex and vital subject. What do you believe are the most effective ways for the US and China to manage their differences over Taiwan while ensuring regional stability and global peace? Feel free to share your insights in the comments below. Join the Revel Discovery community by subscribing and stay updated on this critical shift in global economics. As we explore these significant developments, your perspective is invaluable. Keep engaged with us.